Hello, welcome back to the Lights On. Fuck, this is pissing me off. Lights On podcast with Brian and Tian.
Hi.
What are we talking about today? So in the past few episodes, I was talking about how I can get heaps of work done, and apparently you got the secret for it.
I do. I've got the scientific secret to it, and I'm actually so excited. I put it into play throughout this week, and I have completely transformed my state of being. I'd like to say before I was feeling super burnout, but I actually know why now. So, and I think this kind of aligns with stress just in its wholeness as well. So if you feel overwhelmed, you feel stressed, this is the reason why. So essentially, there's two types of challenges. We all have challenges in our lives. One is good.
Nah, hold on. I want to set this up again. It needs more build up, eh?
So what are we gonna?
Yeah. All right. So you don't understand. So she's been burnt out, right? Like working heaps hard, doing hella shifts, and I've been doing the same
But I
kinda.
moved in there as well, which also threw in another kind
Yeah,
of
and you're
yeah.
moving. There's a lot of stress and everything, and you're like, it's time for a holiday, time for a vacation. And then what? 2 days ago, we were on the phone, and she was like, figured out your secret, Brian. I can see why you're so go all the time. I was like, what? What do you mean go? What do you mean that your secret? I thought I explained it to you. She's like, no. It's like scientifically proven. I get now like why you're never burnt out. You're always happy, even though you're working hella hours. I was like, oh, true. What's the secret? Like, what's
And I
going
wouldn't
on?
tell him.
And yeah, and she was like, nah, save it for the pod, save it for the pod. I was like, nah, bro, tell me now. Like, you can say it again on the podcast. She's like, nah, no, I want your genuine reaction. And I was like, fuck.
Mate, I like authenticity. So are we ready to?
Yeah.
So essentially what I've learned is that there's two types of challenges. We face challenges every single day. It's a normal aspect of life. But the two different types of challenges are called passive challenges, which is essentially challenges that are outside of your control. So let's just say, I don't know, a meteor hits your house. That's a passive challenge. It's completely out of your control. You can't control the meteor and you can't control the fact that your house is just burnt down, out of your control.
Yeah.
The second challenge is called active challenges. Active challenges are chosen challenges, challenges that you're choosing to undertake. Now, this could be anything. This could be choosing to wash up. This could be choosing to go to the gym. This could be choosing to build a new podcast like us. They're
Yeah.
active challenges. Now, the reason why overwhelmment and stress will form into your life or into your being is because the passive challenges outweigh the active challenges. So that means that
Interesting.
you're not actually undertaking enough active challenges to be able to regain balance. So that is the one that you're feeling the most of. Does that make sense? So for
Right.
instance, when I was in those last couple of weeks and I was feeling very burnt out, I'd stopped most of my active challenges. So I had stopped working out as much as I did before. I was working like 5 times a week. Like I was pretty go. I had stopped I'd stopped doing a lot of things because I'd felt so burnt out. But then that was causing more stress because I was just dealing with passive challenges. So working so much, dealing with the housework, things like that. I could feel it in my being as well. Like I was so tired. Whereas you are just active challenge. Just the fact that you even just train every single day.
Yeah.
That's a huge step like in the right direction. You're getting the feel good endorphins, serotonin, dopamine just from working out. And then after you finish working out, and I get this too, you feel a sense of
Accomplishment.
exactly right. So
Wait, but if you have like heaps of passive challenges, wouldn't it like make sense to like lower the challenges instead of like increasing your active challenges? Like the
passive
more
challenges are
challenges.
passive, which means you have no control over them.
Yeah.
It's out of your power to lower them, or you would.
So doesn't it contradict each other to like add more challenges?
It does. Yes, it tricks the brain into because you're changing your self perception
Yeah.
in the way your brain thinks that you have more power now. because you're going
Oh,
out there and you're
okay.
choosing challenges and you're succeeding in them.
Yeah.
So I kind of put this into
Oh, yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I kind of put this into play last week, and I started doing a crap load of like garden work and stuff like that because it's been on my mind since I moved into this place. Like I want to get the garden looking really, really nice. So I think I woke up at 6 a.m. I went to the gym. I came home and then I just smashed out like 4 or 5 hours worth of garden work, even though I did not feel like it. And then I went to work after that and had quite a challenging shift, which I
That's
just kind of
why.
breezed through. Hey, like it just didn't, like it was a stressful scenario, but I kind of just breezed through it and wasn't allowing myself to get overwhelmed. Well, not that I wasn't allowing
Yeah,
the
because in your
chemicals.
head, your brain, you already
I'm
done
thinking, I'm like,
heaps
I'm
of shit.
successful, man. Like
Yeah, so
I've
you're just
trained
chilling all the
today.
time.
I've made leeway on one of the goals that I've set for myself as
Yeah,
well.
man. Wait,
Yeah.
I wake up at 4:30 most days, eh?
Even if you
To
do a late shift.
Nah, not if I do a late shit. It depends if I start early the next day, but I will always train before I start my day.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
That
Well,
makes so much sense, but
and
true.
ever since then, I've been like waking up, apart from today, I've been waking up at like 6 a.m. to go
Yeah,
and
yeah,
try and, oh
yeah.
no, sorry, 5 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. yesterday, day before, the
Yeah,
day
yeah.
before.
It
Yeah.
helps, eh?
Yeah, it does.
It helps. Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So now, like, now that I feel like I know the secret, I'm just like, well, shit. Like, in times when you're the most stressed, they're the times when you need to give yourself the most outward challenges.
Yeah.
Anything. Start small. Even today, because I didn't go to the gym, I woke up and I was like, well, I'm not going to exhaust my dopamine levels while scrolling my phone in bed. I'm
Yeah.
going to actually get up and do an active challenge, even though it seems like a small active challenge. In my mind,
It's
I'm like, I've
still.
accomplished things. I've loaded the dishwasher up and I've washed the dishes.
Oh, yeah, that's sick. That makes
Yeah.
so much sense. Why I'm so able to do so many things and like just not get
Or
tired.
successful people in general, right? You see
Yeah, and I'm
them.
always happy too.
Yes, but they've got like a million things on their plates and they seem to breeze through it.
Yeah,
It's not because they don't
true.
have any challenges anymore. Wealth doesn't take away the challenges. Everyone has passive challenges.
Yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah.
single person. Life's unpredictable. But it gives you more control over the direction of your life. And I think that goes into, like, this really kind of also falls in the category of physical health.
Yeah.
Because with physical health, you have two choices. You can either approach it with an active challenge or a passive challenge, but both of them are going to give you a certain outcome.
Yeah.
So health is going to be challenging irregardless, because you're going to have to actually go out there and work for it, or you're going to actually not do anything for the majority of your life and you're going to end up sick, and then you're going to have to work for it.
Yeah.
So make your choice. Do you want to go and spend an hour in the gym a couple of times a week? Or in 20 or 30 years' time, do you want to be laying in a hospital bed getting pumped with different drugs because you've
Yeah.
neglected yourself and your health, and you've tried to avoid active challenges, and now you're facing a huge passive challenge which seems like it's out of your control?
That's sick,
Because
eh?
I know the one that I'm choosing. Like I do these things because I want to have a good
Good
life when I'm
life,
old.
yeah.
I want to still be able to do
Don't wanna
things for
get
myself.
sick.
I
Don't
don't want
wanna.
to work. We work in disability. I don't want to end up in one of those respite places because I can't bend over or get out of bed. Like, that's a horrendous way to end a
Yeah.
life.
Um, yeah, true. So active, and it also plays on this thing called the winner effect. So as soon as you start, Mike Tyson, most boxers do this actually, or most athletes, where when you start winning, at things, you start thinking highly of yourself, and then you'll continue that win streak. So what most boxers do is the first few professional fights, they'll go against opponents where they're definitely gonna win. And as soon as they win those few fights, their confidence levels just shoots up.
Yeah.
Then they get harder and harder fights. They win those, and they'll just keep going up. But if you start with your first fight with some fucking difficult opponent, you'll get pumped, and then suddenly your self-belief just plummets, eh? And it makes it that much harder to try and get back into the swing of things.
So how would you recommend transferring that into just
Day-to-day
everyday?
living.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, stack little things. Have like tiny little goals where you can just be like, all right, yeah, I did this today. Or even like making a bed.
Yeah.
You've probably all seen that one video of that army sergeant saying, start the day with making your bed.
Active challenge.
Yeah, because you get that ticked off, and it also begins the winner effect where it's You've done one thing, you can now snowball it onto everything else you have to get done for the day.
Yeah.
And then after you make your bed, I'd suggest, I don't make my own bed, I'm not gonna lie. I will go to the gym, but that's like my easy win. After that, you'll probably do your hardest activities first in the morning and then save the easier ones for later when you have less dopamine throughout the day.
Yeah, exactly. So there is actually science behind the fact that if you wake up in the morning and you instantly go onto your phone and that's one of the first things you do. And I know myself, I've been guilty of this like in the past, especially when I'm in burnout mode or passive challenge mode, I should say. Um, you actually have a full reservoir of dopamine available. But when you go on your phone and you start scrolling through social media, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you're actually exhausting your dopamine levels because the brain doesn't know that you're not experiencing these situations.
Yeah.
So if you actually want to reserve them and utilize them later in the day, the best thing to do is just, I mean, I'm in the process of leaving my phone outside of my bedroom at nighttime and getting one of those little Google Nest things.
Damn, the
So I
phone
can just
outside, that's
have,
crazy.
yeah, set the alarm. And I do need to listen to sounds when I'm going to sleep. So like it does have access to YouTube just for that. And I do like to do a meditation as soon as I wake up. So then that's also on YouTube. So I still have access to those things, but I'm not going to sit there on my bedside table scrolling
Yeah, because
mindlessly.
you get distracted so easy, eh?
Exactly.
On your phone.
So yeah, I mean, the best way to do it, and I'd say the easiest way to do it is just wake up as soon as you wake up, make your bed, boom, first active challenge gone. And you're utilizing, it's more of a slow release dopamine when you're doing active challenges throughout the day.
Actually, mine, because I don't make my bed, but first thing I will put on, like I do go on my phone, but the first thing I pump in the morning, every morning, is 30 minutes about stocks or what's happening in the world.
Active challenge because you're
I do this
learning.
every day.
You're learning.
Every day. First thing I do is learn about something.
Yeah.
And then usually I like put it in my ear and then get ready for my day, which is usually like gym first, then work. In the morning, the gym's the best because there's no one there.
Means, yeah, like I can only train in the
And
morning.
then you train, finish your session. You have a time constraint, so you don't fuck around. You don't fucking talk to too many people because you know, oh, I need to be at work at 7 in the morning, and then go to work, and then you're like chilling already. Have a good day at work. Pump out some more work after work. But then after work, that's when I like find myself. I'm like, oh, I kind of feel like having a nap because you're tired.
But that's okay though. At that
Yeah,
time of the day, that's okay. It is a lot different when you're feeling like that at midday and all you've done throughout your day is passively
yeah, exactly.
scroll. And then you're like, oh, midday, I'm so fucking tired. Where's all my energy gone? Your energy's already been utilized towards something that is not really going to bring something in,
Beneficial, yeah.
benefits to your life. And then you're like, oh, well, now I have to go to work or now I have to do the housework and I feel like shit. And then you find yourself into a slump.
Yeah.
And you repeat the cycle again the next day, the next day, the next
so
day, and it becomes a
interesting.
pattern. And patterns are a lot harder to change because you've kind of solidified the neural pathway in your brain then.
Yeah.
You know, you do that for 3 weeks and then boom, it's solidified.
Wait, I used to need to listen to something before sleeping too, but then that also changed like a month ago. It was like I set myself the goal of waking up at 4:30 every morning, so I worked out I have to be in bed at 8, and sleeping by 8:30 to get that 8 hours. So like at 8 o'clock, I just turn my phone off and sit there in my thoughts until I fall asleep, until my body clock like adjusted. Now I just don't need sound to sleep. It's
Oh,
weird.
well,
Yeah.
good on you. Do you want a medal?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, 100%.
I have to listen to Judge Judy to fall
Judge
asleep, and it's
Judy's
only like it's
crazy.
literally only Judge Judy. Like
What's
it's
Judge Judy been up to?
Judge Judy, mate, she's a fucking legend, and I've learned so much from
I don't
her.
know
I've
what
learned
she
so
does.
much from her. Her being a judge for like 40, 50 years, she's seen it all and she sees patterns.
Yeah.
And I resonate with that because I see patterns. So she sees patterns, especially with relationship dynamics. So I've actually learned and grown a lot from her. She's got a lot of wisdom. But when I listen to her when I fall asleep, I put it on, like, I can't make out what she's saying.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, this sounds fucking creepy. It's just the sound of her voice lulling me to sleep.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So yeah.
If that's what you need, little Judge Judy voice.
Mate, I've been
to
listening to Judge
sleep.
Judy
That's
every day
crazy,
for like
eh?
3 or 4
That
years,
is
and
pretty. Judge, wait, sorry if you see this.
I'm still finding new episodes.
That's
Like
crazy.
that's just yeah.
Oh, I know
She's
some of
gold.
you little people out there. I'm not gonna swear. Probably listening to this, falling asleep right now. I know for a fact, 100%. Right. One of the boys, he said he was listening to this, falling asleep.
Oh, what the fuck? That's creepy.
One of my other friends, she was like, yeah, she listens to us while cleaning the house. Hey.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's less
Yeah,
creepy.
yeah.
Says the girl who listens to Judge Judy when she falls asleep.
Nah, he was in the airport. You know who it is.
No.
Oh, I'll tell you after. Yeah, he was in the airport.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Exactly.
We saw him together the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, he fell asleep. That's not nice. He was out doing something. He fell asleep when he was listening to us.
Sorry, bro, I was exposed to you again.
Yeah. No, I think he did tell me something like that. He could only
Yeah.
listen to about 10 minutes of it before he fell asleep. Well,
But that's alright. Relationship dynamics. I don't really have. Actually, I do. I was thinking on the car trip here. I don't know if this is gonna make it, but it's so interesting as a guy and as a girl, the dating pool, because you do have all the qualities a guy would want. However, it would be more difficult for you to find a suitable guy. But for me, I have all right qualities. I'm not going to talk myself up too much, but I feel like it's easier for me to find a girl than it is for you to find a guy.
what do you think that is?
Um,
You think it's age thing, or do you think it's more of a gender thing?
I think it's a gender thing.
Yeah, I do
So
too.
I feel like girls will always go for the top 5%, and so the top percentage of girls will have to compete with the rest, and will only want that top 5%. But
I don't agree with
I don't know
that.
if guys will.
I don't agree with that.
Because then I was thinking as well that wait, no, I'm not gonna settle either.
No, but that's the thing. It's not about settling. It's about knowing yourself so well that you're discerning. So
Yeah.
I don't care if the guy makes $40,000 a year. It's
Yeah.
not a monetary thing for me. I need to know that you're not a bum and you're not going to
Yeah.
sit there and leech off me and expect me to be the provider, because that is not the dynamic that I'm looking for. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Money is not a thing for me. You don't even need to be the most good looking guy. It's more of an internal thing. I'm searching for certain internal qualities that I just haven't identified or come across for. Like, so I want someone with a good sense of humor, someone who's caring, someone who's protective, someone who's good socially, someone who doesn't like to party and drink, someone who has goals. Doesn't necessarily have to be even going after them yet. They might be at the beginning of them, but at least I have goals and aspirations, and those goals and aspirations are also in alignment with mine. Because as I said before, love isn't enough.
Yeah.
If your goals are going this way and her goals are going that way, you're going to grow apart naturally, and that's just the way of life. So I don't like to categorize myself in that way, because there are a lot of shallow women out there, and I know I probably look like I'm one of them. I think people perceive me as I look like the type of person that would be like, oh, I'm the top 5%, you need to drive a Lambo. I don't give a fuck about that. In my mind, if your
top
goals...
5% as in like, you listed the qualities of top 5% guys would have.
What, making $40,000 a year, you would classify that as top 5%?
Not top 5% financially, but if the guy has all those qualities, I see him as top 5% as well.
Oh, well, okay.
Even
well,
if he's he could work at Macca's and he's got those qualities, I'm like, yeah, top 5%.
Yeah, top 5%, because Macca's managers make like $100,000 a year. Did you know that?
I wasn't talking about financial at all.
Okay, but mostly on like social media, when you see people referring to top, they say top 1%, don't they? The top 1%, they're those guys who are, multi Tates and things like that. So they're not the qualities of someone that I'm going after, because...
But then wealth will come with those qualities as well.
Wealth will come with those qualities, but at the end of the day, I don't really want a guy who's obsessed with wealth either.
Yeah.
Because, and as well, I'm looking for someone who's really kind of spiritually attuned. someone who
Yeah,
meditates
true.
every day, someone who has spent a lot of time by themselves to get to know themselves. So it's the reason why I've been
You know
single for
what?
a long
Never
time.
mind. Maybe it is. Yeah, fairs. Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy will come out. Yeah.
the reason why I've been single for a long time is because there are a very specific set of qualities that I'm after. So I'm currently manifesting that person, and if you're watching, I'm single and I'm over here. Bye. So, but I
That's
don't think I'm going to
crazy.
find any of those on social media or on Tinder, because if I'm looking for stuff, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm essentially just looking for the male version of me.
Yeah.
And I'm not on social media, and I'm not on Tinder or any type of dating app.
Yeah.
So the person I'm looking for is not accessible through those avenues.
Do you reckon they'll come in this area? Do you reckon they're around here?
I don't know. Oh, around here?
I
No
don't
offense
know,
to this
bro.
area. No
I don't know.
offense. No offense to this area. I've been here for 4 years, and I highly
Nah,
doubt.
she lives in Junkieville, eh?
Mate,
Like
says the
straight
guy
junkie
who's from
town.
fucking Bougainville. I don't. There's no
Bro,
junkies
straight
walking around on the
junkie
streets. When you go
town,
to this
bro.
guy's area, there's junkies walking around the
Mate,
farms.
I'm the king of Junkieville, bro. King of
You
Bogan
just haven't
town.
seen the nice areas of this place. There
Nah,
are
I
nice
haven't. I
areas.
really haven't.
I'll
Do
show
they
you one day.
exist? No, they
I'll show you one
don't.
day
They don't
after we film.
exist, bro.
Yeah, I'll show you one day. But so why do you think it's easier for
I changed my
you?
mind. I
You've
changed
changed
my
your
mind.
mind?
Yeah, I think I'm just less discerning. Like I don't need much.
Because you
That's
haven't
it.
been burned before.
Yeah.
I've had a really tumultuous
Yeah.
relationship, and I've kind of tried my hardest to learn as much from that experience as possible. And I took years off dating after that relationship ended, because it was quite a long relationship. It was 7 years, and it was tumultuous throughout it. And that was because of me and Tim. We co-created that experience together, and I just kind of jumped into it. Women have a tendency to focus on nesting,
Yeah.
and will just jump into things with their eyes shut. And then they find themselves, and I'm sorry, but you guys find yourselves in, and me included in the past, we find ourselves in different situations which are not actually aligned with what we want to create for ourselves and for our life. We end up as single mothers, with deadbeat fathers, and
Yeah.
it's just, and my mother created that situation for herself. So I've tried my hardest to learn from that situation, because I don't want to replicate it. It looked miserable. If that's what the experience that you're going through, my heart goes out to you, but don't replicate it again. You don't need multiple baby daddies.
If you want success, stay tuned.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in today. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. That's it. Actually, do it, eh? Like, sit. Nah, I'm gonna wait for you. Go down, click the button, like, subscribe, and leave a comment on your thoughts.